All right, if I can have everyone's attention, we'll go ahead and we'll get started with our post-race press conference here at Kansas Speedway following the Hollywood Casino 400. We're joined by our second place finisher, Kyle Larson, driver of the number 42 Target Chevrolet, who is also our top finishing rookie here today at Kansas. Talk a little bit about your run out there today and that awesome second place finish.
Yeah, we were good all weekend long. The first run, we started off pretty loose because we were deep in the pack, but then kind of once it all spread apart, we were able to pass some cars and get up into the top 7, I think, before the first caution. And there were some crazy restarts there in the beginning. We almost got collected in a couple of them, I guess, and missed those and was able to keep working on our car and got it better and better. And was surprised the groove moved up as high as it did. That was a lot of fun for me. I think it helped me go as good as I did because I'm not much of a bottom feeder. So it was a good race. I thought me and Joey were dead even there at the end. So it was hard for me to gain on him. We would go within 100th of each other, it seemed like, every lap. And then he was able to close on him there at one point, but just couldn't do anything. The bottom was a lot slower than the top, so I just kind of had to follow him and hope he made a mistake. And he almost made one mistake there with maybe 7 to go, and then he got back in a rhythm. But good finish. We'll get some wins here soon, hopefully before the end of the year. And I think once we get one, we should be up here more often as a winner.
All right, we'll open it up for questions. We'll start with Scott in the back, then come back up front.
Congratulations, bud. So talk about there at the end of the race. Seemed like when you get close to him, it might unload the nose a little bit, take the air off of it. You think that was the disadvantage once you did get close to him?
Yeah, once I'd get within, I stayed within probably 6 or 7 car lengths for 10 to 12 laps. Then I got closer, and once I got closer, I got pretty loose. So I was trying to run even closer to the wall to get some of that air on my rear spoiler, but it was just still too loose. I don't think there was anything I really could have done there at the end to get even closer than I did.
Okay, we'll come up here. I think we've got a question right here to the right.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, Kyle Dominic Ottagona with the RacingExperts.com. So with this being the 21st time you finished the top rookie here in the 2014 season, just kind of want to ask what that means for you and your race team.
Yeah, it means a lot. That's kind of a goal we set out each week, is to be the highest finishing rookie and be in the top 10. And the way we've been running, we want to be in the top 5 now every week. So we've beat Austin quite a bit in that. We got a pretty sizable point lead in the Rookie of the Year. So I hope I can pull it off. I don't see why I wouldn't, but it'd be a great award for me.
Okay, I think we had one in the back up here, and then we'll come to Jim.
But I had nothing for you guys. Holy
We
shit.
have one in the back, too.
I can't believe you guys laughed one just fucking went to the wall. I'm like,
Go ahead.
over here, boys.
David Swope with the New Mexico Motorsports Report. I have a question first for Kyle. How does it feel to...
Which one?
Yeah, that makes
Oh!
sense.
my apologies.
Are we doing Larson first?
Kyle Busch.
They want to do him first.
Okay.
If you have a question for me.
Absolutely. Great race, first off. Looks like you were really able to close in later laps. Would you attribute that to a good setup, or was that all a part of the game plan? Just kind of inch your way, catch up?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I thought we were pretty even, and I was able to gain, a half a tenth a lap there towards the end. And once I got within 4 car lengths, I couldn't really do much about it. So I thought we were evenly matched. He was better than I was on short runs, but then I would get going after 3 or 4 laps, and then, like I said, we'd be pretty even.
Okay, a question in the back. Is it for Larson?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Sean McDowell, Fox 4 News here in Kansas City. Kyle Larson. Question about tires, and specifically, it seemed like there was, I wouldn't say a plague, but there was a pattern of popped tires, blown tires throughout the race. What were you witnessing? What was your team contending with? And how did you get by without blowing a tire?
I guess just a good setup. There we did two right tires only, so we had double stint on our lefts, and they said before that last run we had a blister on our left front, so it's good that that caution came out because it probably would have bit us soon. So but there's really nothing, at least I don't think we can do as drivers to take care of our left front tire. So kind of just at the mercy of when it goes, and we were lucky enough to not have tire issues.
Anything else for Larson? Okay, we'll go to Jim and Stan, then we're going to let him go.
Kyle, you've talked a lot about what you and your team may have done if you were in the chase, but when you look at how you're performing here towards the end of the season, and you look back at the start of the year, what do you attribute the biggest difference? Is it simply experience? Is it second time on the track, or how would you? What do you think the gains have been for yourself?
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit of experience, second time at the track, and a lot of these tracks in the chase are one of my best tracks, so I think that's why we've been running really well. So, yeah, I just got to keep it going. I think Charlotte's another 1.5 miles, so we should hopefully be pretty good there. We had a couple tire issues there. The last race is why we didn't finish very well, and then Texas, Phoenix, I even kind of like, and Homestead should be a good one. Martinsville's probably my worst track on the schedule, so don't expect much there, but anything can happen at Talladega too. So, yeah, if I could just make the chase, I'd have a lot of fun because these are some of my favorite tracks.
Stan?
It's Stan Creekmore with CompetitionPlus.com. Kyle, if you look back to the very start of the season and what you hoped you could accomplish, are you anywhere close to where you wanted to be, or is it still that victory that you need to fulfill all your wishes for this year?
No, I definitely feel like I've been running a lot better than what I thought I would to start the season, but I thought I would make the chase too. So it's a little bit disappointing there, but I've been finishing better than I thought I would have. So happy about that, but just missed that one goal that we had before the season started. But yeah, like I said, just got to keep it going. And I think midpoint through the season, I had noticed I was running better than what our goals were and raised those goals in the top 10s. And now the way we've been running, we want to be top 5 every week. So just got to keep it going.
Okay, go ahead. Real quick, final question for Larson so we can let him go.
Actually, my question's for Kyle.
No, we're doing Larson first. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your run today. All right, we are now joined by our third place
Amen. Good job.
finisher, Kyle Busch, driver of the number 18 M&M's Toyota in today's Hollywood Casino 400. Kyle, win yesterday, third place finish today. Good runs for you here at Kansas. Talk a little bit about your couple of days.
Yeah, no doubt. It was definitely good. I won today. I just didn't get champagne and a trophy, so I'm good. I'm glad to get through Kansas. Feels nice, and it's just a solid day, solid weekend, as a matter of fact, with coming here with a good car, and the guys did a great job. Listened to my feedback and what I thought I needed in my race car, and we worked on things, and really helped when we learned something through qualifying, and then from there we've just used that for the rest of the weekend and really made good time and good adjustments and good things from practice into the race, all through the race today. So M&M's bunch, Dave Rogers, all those guys deserve a lot of credit.
All right, we'll open it up for questions. We'll start with Lewis, then go to Bob, then go to the back.
Louis Frank of Reuters. Well, other than finishing third here and winning at Auto Club Speedway, any similarities with the other people having tire problems, and you apparently didn't have any tire problems?
I don't know. I don't know what those guys were having issues with. I don't know if they were all lefts or rights or what. But for us, like we didn't have any issues like California. We didn't have any issues there either. So could just be, we know lower air pressure is always faster, but it's more abusive on the tire. Definitely causes a lot more heat, stresses the tire a lot more, and sometimes it takes a chance and it bites you. So we were smart about all that, and we had a good enough car that would maintain good speed throughout a run, and got third.
Okay, Stan.
Hi, Kyle. Stan Creekmore with CompetitionPlus.com. Next week we go to Charlotte, and you are astounding at Charlotte. What is the challenge at Kansas Speedway that isn't a challenge at Charlotte Motor Speedway?
I think you're going to see the same challenges at Charlotte next week also. This place here definitely, I would say, weathered, changed, whatever. The surface definitely was a lot more friendlier today. You could race it a little bit better. You could slide around some without just busting your butt, and you can move around the racetrack. The wall came in today. Who would ever thought, So, that was a lot of fun. I love it when you're able to move around and get away from people and get your own air on your car and not be stuck in the wake of the guy in front of you. So that was good, and it was good for us. And then, just there at the end, didn't have near the speed those front cars did. So I wish we did in order to battle it out and try to get a win here. But, we'll take what we got.
Okay, we'll go here, then to the back. Go ahead.
Yes, Dominic Ottagon with the RacingExperts.com. So Kyle, even though a third place isn't a win, it's still pretty good as far as points day goes. So next week in Charlotte and for the rest of the round, how much less pressure is there on you and your race team?
I don't think there's any less pressure. You can have any issue that these guys all had any week, so that's what's fickle about this racing business is it's never guaranteed. You always got to run it to the end. So Charlotte next week, though, I love that place. I love going there, having good runs. Hopefully our test set we did a couple weeks ago is good for us, that we're able to have a fast race car there as well. And again, just, keep knocking away these top 10s, top 5s. And like I say, you go to Talladega and you got to just see where the things stack up at the end of the day. So we'll play it out as it goes and see where it stacks.
Okay, we'll take a question in the back. Go ahead.
Hi, Kyle. Diane Cox from Advantage News. Yesterday after the nationwide race, you referred to the track as getting snotty. Did the track turn out to be what you anticipated? Were you guys able to kind of get it dialed in? And how was the conditions today as to what you expected from running yesterday?
Yeah, happy hour was definitely, the racetrack got really black and really slick, and you were kind of fighting things more so than today. I think today, it allowed more racing grooves, so people were more all the way over the racetrack, and so the racetrack wasn't necessarily as hot maybe, but I could be wrong. I think the track temp was probably up today with just the hotter ambient temperatures, so it was better than I expected it to be, whether that's ins and outs that race cars make during practice versus the constant pace of just racing laps around the racetrack in a race. I don't know, but there was definitely a difference in the way the tire rubber seemed to adhere to the track yesterday versus today, so wasn't as snotty as I'd expected. When you're loose and tight and sliding all over the place, it's definitely no fun. When you're gripped up, you feel good. So we had just enough here today to get us a good finish.
Okay, we'll take one in the back right here from Mike, then go up to the press box.
I'm Mike Hember, USA Today. Kyle, your road at this track has been so difficult. Were you looking over the last 20 laps for a plane to fall from the sky and hit you, or something else weird to happen, considering all you've been through?
Yeah, it was happening. I think we got our motor too hot there through the middle part of the race, and there at the end she was heaving a little smoke in the cab, and I think it was starting to get hot again also. So fortunately the race wasn't too much longer. We made it, and we got to thank the TRD guys. I mean, they did a great job. At Chicago they gave us a good motor. Dover was a good motor here. Felt good, and they've made some gains. So real impressed there, but we still need more. And to be better and same underneath all four tires, we got to have better suspension program too in order to get ourselves a little bit faster as well.
Okay, we'll go upstairs to the press box. I understand we have a question there.
LeeSpencerMotorsport.com. I heard you've seen the new Camry for 2015. Can you kind of tell us what your early impressions are?
Well, you've seen a street car, I'm sure, so correlate that to the race car model. And it's pretty cool. It's really neat. I like it a lot. I think it's got a cool look to it, and got a little mean streak in it. So you never know, Rowdy might come to life.
Any other questions from the press box? Okay, we'll come back downstairs. Go ahead with your question.
Kyle, Tyler Jones here. Yesterday you won the nationwide race. What were some of the things that you learned and translated over to the Sprint Cup race today?
Just what to do in the different lines that you were running around the racetrack, and how to make your car do different things that you were fighting with it. So those things, I used all those today, whether I was running the bottom or the middle or the top. And yesterday the top wasn't there in the nationwide race, so you didn't have that going for you. And those guys, man, they went up to the top early in the race, and I was like, whoa. So I had to get up there eventually and try to start figuring it out. And it was pretty late in the game by the time I did. But I don't know if that helped us or what, because other guys seemed to blow tires. And we didn't, but all in all, good day and good weekend.
Okay, go ahead with your question, Scott.
Scott Traylor, Racing Boys Broadcasting Network. A rumor has it that there was a sound or a feel of this tire, I think, when they ran it at Michigan. I know you didn't have any tire problems, but have you ever sensed anything like that, some kind of chatter or something in this tire that they ran here today?
Yeah, no doubt. This tire's so peaky. We talked about it yesterday. I mean, if you look at the tire graph, essentially what happens is the grip of the tire goes up, peaks, and then comes back down. So when you overslip the tire and you come on the downside of it, you're wrecking. I mean, it's out of control. So a bunch of the other tires that we have at other places we go to, it comes up to a peak and then kind of plateaus and flattens out, so you can slip the car but still maintain a grip. And that's just why, you know, here you feel that chatter when you are too tight mostly. Sometimes you can be loose and actually feel a rear chatter, and those are the occasions of calling the tow truck.
Okay, do we have another question here? Go ahead.
David Soap, New Mexico Motorsports Report. I'll address you as Mr. Busch then, so we'll get that straight. With the reset in the chase and you having a much better race and some of the other contenders kind of not having quite as good a race, how do you feel that sets you up for the remainder of the chase?
It's early. Anything can happen. Like I said before, I mean, racing's a fickle business. You know, I can go next week and have the same issues. We can have something other than what they had happen to us and put us in a bad spot. So we just don't need that. We just need to go next week, have a good week at Charlotte, finish top 10, top 5 if we can, and take a win, sure. But, you know, first things first, let's get to finishing top 5 and racing these guys for wins, and then we'll go start shooting for wins. So, you know, like I said, another solid week will put us in a good position going to Talladega, where guys that had a bad week this week, and if they have a good week next week, they're still going to be behind us, and leaves our situation better come Talladega.
Okay, we'll take our final question. Lewis?
Yeah, Louis Frank from Reuters. Kyle, not too long ago, you were in Kyle Larson's position. You were the young hot shoe. What do you think of him on the track now? You know, how do you feel about his driving?
Awesome. I think Larson's a great addition to the Sprint Cup Series. I think he's got a lot of talent. We knew that coming up. We knew it wasn't going to be a long road before he got here. That's why he's in the seat he's in. As a matter of fact, I asked Chip if he's the one who found him or if we need to blame somebody else for bringing him here. But, you know, the kid's done a good job. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's fun to race around. He's a hard racer, too. I mean, he sometimes don't give you a whole lot of room, but when he knows to give you room, he gives you room, too. So, you know, it's been fun to see him learn this year. And, I mean, I'd like to see him finishing behind us a little more often, but he has already this year. So, you know, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with here this future.
Kyle, congratulations on a successful weekend here at Kansas.
Thanks.